Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So, still trying to zero in on the type of content that you guys want to see most. I've seen a few comments saying that you guys would be interested in some of the extended analysis type videos. So, that's what we're going to have here. I'm a big fan of numbers, stats, stuff like that. But stats, particularly related to the quarterback, can be pretty flawed. QB rating is widely accepted for looking at quarterbacks, but you're always going to have the people that have issues with it. QBR from ESPN is a more elaborate attempt at trying to, define how a quarterback played. So for this video, I'm looking at the Titans game because that was Tua's lowest rated QBR in 2023. Thought about picking a game that Tua excelled in, but that just seemed too easy, to be honest. I'm a fan of Tua. At the recording time for this video, he hasn't signed his contract, but I'm okay with whatever that number comes in at. And I'll have an upcoming video on the specifics within that contract of what I'll be looking for when it does get signed. I didn't want to do a full game, so I just did the fourth quarter. I flew down from Pennsylvania for this game, and I felt every bit of the agony that resulted from it. So initially, my thought was that I could either really be defending Tua or find out that there's a lot of stuff that you just can't defend. And the reality is somewhere in the middle. I think I was pretty unbiased in this review. And if you watch it trying to say that Tua shows flashes of being the long-term top-tier starter that you expect, I think you'll find that. And if you watch this video trying to say we're about to overpay a flawed quarterback, you're probably going to find that too. I hope you enjoy the video. Even if you don't watch the full 30 plus minutes, let me know if you like this type of content and you'd like to see me continue once we get into the new season and we've got fresh film to check out. Okay, so first, let's kind of establish a baseline of where we're starting. We're starting at the end of the third quarter of the Titans game. The Titans just kicked a field goal to go up 13-10 with about 10 seconds left in the third quarter. So as we start our possession, see kickoff, 28-yard return. First play here is going to be Tua completing a deep pass to Tyreek for 23 yards. So here's that play. Get motion from Smythe here. Little play action. And a deep shot to Tyreek. So looking at that again, we get that play action, drawing that linebackers up. And you can see on this play that Tua knows there's nobody in this area right here, and that Tyreek is breaking off that route. So you can see that Tua is in his throwing motion before Tyreek even has his head around. Ball's out. Nice, easy completion. Easy drive starter. Nothing wrong with that at all. Going back to our play log. Next play, there's going to be a neutral zone infraction. It's going to be accepted, no play. And then we're going to get a pass complete, short left, Alec Ingold, 13 yards. So looking at this one, got Cedric Wilson in motion. Little play action. And we get a dump off to Ingold there with the human hurdle. So taking that one back. I think this one, obviously, they were looking for more of a deep shot here. See Wilson, got Waddle going out on a route. Got a cover 3 shell. Those linebackers are getting deep to cut off Cedric Wilson here. And then you got Alec Ingold kind of leaking out underneath here. Tua steps up in the pocket, getting underneath the edge rusher. Nice little dump off, a little high. Alec Ingold brings it in, converts for a first down. Again, nothing wrong with that at all. Going back to our play log. All right, now we're going to get a pass to Tyreek for 25 yards on the right side here. See Tyreek here lined up as a wing. Going to get him going in motion. And accurate throw into a tight window. A little bit of a risky throw here. I think Tua is reading this underneath defender, expecting him to stay down. Right as he's turning there, I think he's expecting this defender to try to get back underneath to Raheem Mostert over here. And you can see that he's releasing the ball here. So if that defender comes up, again, nice, easy opening there. That defender actually does a solid job of getting back there, but a good throw makes it almost impossible to defend. Back to the play log. All right, here we're going to get to a scrambling up the middle for a 3-yard gain. Tackle by new Miami Dolphin, Teair Tart. See, they're getting to the line quick here. Quick snap. All right, so Tua decides to run. Does not look good trying to slide there. As I'm looking at that one again, I think he missed an opportunity here. I think that he was rushed a little bit by Austin Jackson getting pushed into his lap. But as he's stepping up here, you can see he's still looking to the right side. I think if he had stuck with the pass just a little longer, he's going to have Jalen Waddle wide open in the corner here. Instead, I think he sees a bit of an opening there, thinks he can do it on his feet, and then quickly changes his mind, gets down. Not the best decision on that play, but at the same time, I would prefer whatever that slide was versus Tua trying to run through Teair Tart. So I'm still okay with that play there. Then we get a pass incomplete to Tyreek Hill on the right side, and this is going to be everybody's favorite end zone fade to the 5'9" receiver. This pass has to be almost perfect, and they had been pretty good with it throughout the year. This one, wasn't a great pass. You get a bigger receiver in that situation, and nothing wrong with that call. It is a one read. You're throwing the ball no matter what type of route. So throwing the ball wasn't an issue. Maybe could have kept that ball a little lower and given Hill a better chance, but not going to be perfect. All right, now this one hurts. So 3rd down, 3 yards to go, and we're going to get a sack here. And what makes this sack hurt even more than usual is going to be that it's not even really a sack. Tua just slips as he's going down. I think that what he's looking for here, he's looking to the right. I think hoping that there's more room for Hill there. This corner keeps outside leverage, so I think that Tua doesn't like that look. Protection's looking solid. Lamb's running his guy around the edge, so there's plenty of time here. So Tua steps up a little bit, looking to the left. Again, maybe could have stayed here a little longer if he'd have noticed Berrios break into the outside there. Would have been a good option. But you can see his eyes are heading back to the right side of the field. And instead, I think that he's, looking to his number 1 and 2, Waddle and Hill, looking for one of them to break loose. And instead, he ends up slipping. Definitely sucked. So the result is you end up with a 31-yard field goal, ends up tying the game up 13-13. And then on the extra point, we get an unsportsmanlike on Blake Ferguson. All right, heading into the next drive in the fourth quarter. As you can see, score is still tied 13-13 here. We've got 10:48 left in the fourth quarter. Going to start out with Mostert running for 7 yards. Then on 2nd and 3, we get a 5-yard gain, so that's a first down. Then we go to the passing game. We got Tua complete short right to Achane for no gain. So as we look at this play, this is going to be a play that I kind of documented on an earlier video. This is going to be a play action dagger concept. And if you go back and look at that video, basically what they're looking for out of this concept is that River Craycraft here is going to run a through route. Hill is going to come in motion and break underneath that through route. And they're looking to hit Hill underneath that. So Tennessee actually defends this one really well. You can see that everything is dropping here, and Tua does a good job of recognizing this coverage and understanding that 31 is not going to keep following Craycraft on that through route, because right here he's seeing that in-breaking route, and he's stepping up, and you can see that Tua already knows what's going on back there. He's already moved off of that. But had he thrown that to Hill, you got 37 here, would have been jumping that route. So the next read on that is going to be Achane leaking out here into your swing pattern. So Tua does a good job of recognizing this here. Maybe a split second later than he could have. You know, we're getting some decent pressure up the middle there. Can't really set and hitch and throw the way that he likes to. Stepping up a little bit here. And this, you know, maybe where the lack of arm strength can show up at times. Not a great throwing platform here. Somebody with a bigger arm may have been able to get a little more zip on this ball to get it to Achane and be able to make something happen here. But throwing off platform, ball doesn't have a lot of zip, and ends up Achane makes the catch, but he's not able to do anything at all with that. So we're going to move on to second down on this drive. Going to get timeout number 2 of the half called here. And then we're going to get a pass complete to Waddle for 15 yards. We get some motion from Jeff Wilson. A little quick play action. And again, this is great timing, great recognition by Tua. You got Waddle on the top of the screen there. And you can see that as soon as that back foot's hitting, you know, 2 tiny hitches, and he is all the way into his motion, and Waddle is still behind that defender. But Tua has recognized this coverage pre-snap, post-snap, confirmed it, and he knows that he's got zone coverage here, and there's a window right in the middle there, and he's firing. Right, this is first read all the way, and there's nothing wrong with that. Waddle's going to get a few extra yards on the run after catch. Then we're going to get Achane for a run for a no gain. In addition, going to get Lester Cotton holding, bumping that back 10 more yards. So now we're at 1st and 20. We're going to get Tua with an incomplete to Achane on the right. Saw Achane kind of motioning out there, and then get a second motion. And this is a missed throw. This is one that you definitely want to have back. Titans are defending everything deeper. Everything's dropping. You got one of your most explosive guys in open field here and have a pretty good lane to throw. But I think Tua's still looking a little deeper. Maybe was thinking about Waddle before he checks down here. Or maybe just developing because that route is designed to be breaking back towards the middle. And he's a little high on that. Thankfully, that defensive back had slipped because that can be a really dangerous pass So I think this was absolutely the right read on this play, just not the best of throws. Again, I'm sure that's one that he wants to have back. So now we're at 2nd and 20. One of the things I love about this offense now, we can remember years in the past where 2nd and 20, you might as well go into punt formation and kick the ball. But with this offense now, when you get to 2nd and 20, even 3rd and 20, there's always a chance of something good happening. So in this case, we're going to get 2nd and 20. We're going to get a pass complete to the left to Jalen Waddle for 14 yards. So you've got Waddle down here on the bottom of the screen. Achane motioning out wide. And you're just getting a little choice route there. So Achane is running this corner off. You can see right away that this corner is not going to threaten anything to the outside there, meaning that you've got Waddle matched up one-on-one in here, and he's going to make that defender wrong every single time. And you can see with the release that Tua is kind of waiting to see that choice. So right there, Waddle's breaking out. You can see, unlike earlier plays, Tua hasn't gone into his throwing motion. But as soon as Tua sees that out-breaking route, he knows this corner is dropping, and that ball is out to the sideline. Easy pitch and catch, turn it up, and get into a 3rd and manageable situation. All right, 3rd and 6. Now we're going to get a sack. So on the sack here, I think this was a misdiagnosis. I don't think that Tua expected man coverage here, because if he did, I think what we would have had, you got your guys clearing out here. I think he'd have been hitting Cedric Wilson right now on this slant for a first down. I think that he was expecting a zone coverage, maybe looking to hit Waddle in the window over there, and never really had a chance to get to a second read after his, initial thought process wasn't there. The pocket's okay here. Had he been able to throw on that first read, there would have been nothing wrong with that. But Robert Jones on the right side here is getting knocked off balance on the stunt. And now, if you're Tua, out of the corner of your eye, you can see this free defender rushing in, and you're not usually going to sit back there and just, try to go to your second or third read on something like this. So you can see that he's trying to get out of the pocket and just isn't able to get there. It was a sack given up by the offensive line. And if you want to put a little blame on Tua because he misdiagnosed the coverage, you could do that too, but that's going to happen. It is what it is. Thankfully on that one, it kind of works out in the end because the ball's punted and the Titans fumble it. Miami recovers on the 7-yard line. So you get Raheem Mostert running for 4 yards, and then he finishes the last 3 yards with a touchdown, and we get the extra point. So now Miami is up 13-20. We've got 5:34 left in the fourth quarter. Now we actually follow that up with a great sequence as well for the Dolphins. You get the kickoff. You have Will Levis fumbling the ball, Bradley Chubb recovering it, and we're in business from the Tennessee 12-yard line. Going to get Raheem running for 3 yards. Going to get a no gain, but we get an offsides by Arden Kiewicz, who's accepted for 4 yards. Gets it to 2nd and 3 from the 5, and we give it to Mostert again. 5 yards, touchdown. Dolphins are up 13-27. This game should be locked up at this point. As we all know, that's not how this is going to work out. Moving on. So the Titans have scored. It's now 21-27. 2:40 left. All we got to do here is run up the clock, right? So we get 1st and 10. Raheem Mostert, 3 yards. We get the Titans taking their first time out. I'm sorry. Going to run Mostert again on 2nd and 7. Force Tennessee into their second time out, right? This is the way that you're supposed to play it. So you get to 3rd and 6. Going to be a pass play at this point. Most teams aren't going to run in that situation. And we get a sack again. Well, not a sack, but Tua gets flushed out of the pocket for a 4-yard gain. I think this play's kind of underrated in the sense that I'm not sure what his initial reads were. Maybe the dump off to Mostert would have been the best situation here passing wise. But you can see that this pocket's collapsing pretty quickly. Going through slow motion here just to look at the right side here. Right, we can see Robert Jones again, struggling to pick up the stunt, and now you've got almost 2 free rushers here. So I think Tua actually does a really good job of stepping up in the pocket here. And if you saw there, the defender here has his back to Tua. I think Tua sees that, and he's already decided he's running this ball. So by the time that defender flips around, Tua actually does a good job of making that defender miss. And if it hadn't been for another defender being able to get in there from behind, this would have been a first down. It would have been Tua scrambling for a first down, almost essentially locking up this game. But just unfortunate that, one, you're able to have a defender come in and stop him short of the first, and 2, you got Liam Eichenberg holding right here, so it would have come back anyways. All right, so the Titans end up declining that penalty. You get 4th and 2. Jake Bailey's going to punt it. And then, of course, we know that Tennessee scored their touchdown, converted their extra point to take the lead at 28-27. So now we're at 1:49 left. And I don't remember the exact reasoning, but on the previous drive by the Titans, Miami took their last timeout. So we're starting here with 1:49 left, no timeouts, but all we got to do is get in the field goal range, and we're going to win this game. So first play, there he goes, 7 yards. I think this is Berrios here on the top of the formation. All right, letting things clear out. Nice, easy pitch and catch. Good drive starter. Next play, pass complete short to Achane for 4 yards on 2nd and 3. Got Achane coming out of the backfield over here. Again, nice, easy play. Everything's running off here. You got the corner turned inside. This is easy all day. Achane makes the catch, does a good job getting to the sideline while making sure that he's past the first down marker. So that gets us to 1st and 10. We're on our own 37. Get a pass short to the right, incomplete to Achane. So Achane's in the backfield here. Tyreek's coming in motion. Get Achane leaking out. All right, so it's listed as a pass complete, but they're darn lucky this wasn't a sack. Watching Austin Jackson here, this is one of the worst blocks that you're going to see. He almost completely whiffs on that defender. His hands go over top. That defensive end goes underneath. As a quarterback, you never expect something that awful to happen when somebody's rushing. So in this case, it's listed in the box score as an incomplete pass, but this was really a good play by Tua to avoid a sack, and at the same time wasn't far from getting that to Achane with one defender and a bunch of room here. All right, so move on to the next play. We're going to get Tua with a pass complete to Durham Smythe here. And you can see here that this was challenged and it was still ruled a catch. Again, we're just trying to get some yards, get in the field goal range. You can see zone coverage. He knows right away this is where he wants to go. Titans do a good job of getting a safety up there to contest this catch. Still a 7-yard gain. And because of the challenge, it actually kind of helped Miami. Well, it should have helped Miami because it did stop the clock for a little bit there. And then here's where things really go bad for the Dolphins. Again, there's 50 seconds left here. 3rd and 3. You got Achane. I'm sorry, Achane's here coming in orbit motion. You can see this is somewhat of a screen pass here, but this was just a bad rookie mistake. So as we get out here, we got Durham Smythe out here, one defender. Achane catches the ball, makes that first defender miss. Now look at this right here. If he just keeps going forward, he's going to beat that defender. He's going to get a first down. This play started with 50 seconds. He's probably going to end up in field goal range. All we got to do is get up, spike the ball, and be in a comfortable position to try to, gain a couple more yards, but should be in pretty much field goal range. Instead, on 3rd down, he tries to stop and jump outside and realize he needs to get to the sideline, but he doesn't get to the sideline, doesn't get a first down. So like I said, rookie mistake. Like, you got 2 options there. 1 is to get a first down. 2 is to get out of bounds, and he doesn't do either of those. So we get into this situation where there's now 28 seconds left, and instead of being able to spike the ball, it is a must-convert situation, 4th and 2. And as you can see here, it's going to end up with another sack. Again, everything is rushed here, right? Everybody's rushing back to the line. You're trying to save as much time as you can. Don't have a chance to really get the play call that you'd want. And as you can see, there's really nothing immediately open. Maybe could have gotten, looks like that's Tyreek Hill on the top of the formation there. Maybe could have gotten him on this in-breaking route right here. May not have thrown it because he, got hit downfield, which probably should have been called for an illegal contact penalty. When you're 8-9 yards downfield, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be a penalty these days in the NFL, but that is what it is. Tua tries to step up in the pocket here, but Robert Jones on the right side here, kind of, I reviewed this in the video of Tua getting sacked, that Robert Jones kind of retreats further than what he needs to. He's helping outside there, then he's looking inside, but he keeps going back, and as Tua steps up, he's going to trip over Robert Jones' foot, and he's going to get taken down for a sack, and that's the way the game's going to end. All right, so if you stuck it out through the full video, let me know what you think in the comments, whether the comment is regarding this video and where you agree or disagree on Tua, or the comment is what you think of this video format in general. I try to reply to as many comments as I can, and your input helps me to continue to produce videos that hopefully can generate some more interactions and conversation when it comes to Dolphins football. Talk to you guys again soon.